But Savior has his 3 bases up and running. It looks like he's getting a 4th hatchery actually at the back left, so this isn't not going to be a traditional 5-hatch Hydra. He's actually already getting his 4th base up and running. And at the 3 o'clock position, we do see some units there, maybe even a base going up there. Not completely entirely sure what units are there at the 3 o'clock position, or if that is another expansion. If that's another expansion, that'd be amazing. And now the DT is out, but critically enough, it attacked a Zergling, and there were Scourge in the area. So Savior knows this is coming. He knows he needs to get Overlords to all of his bases and across his entire front in order to defend against this, and he should be very, very well prepared with this very early knowledge of what's going on. And this is not going to be able to do very much, I don't think, for Nara, especially since Nara has not done any damage to the Overlords at all, has not killed a single Overlord. He's going to move to the 8 o'clock position, but he's going to be greeted by a Sunken Colony, a couple of hatcheries blocking it off, and an Overlord, so not going to be good at all for him. This DT being completely nullified, not able to do anything at all. And Savior definitely has a big advantage right now, being able to do a lot of early harassment and some early damage, and Nara unable to do much of anything here, being forced to wait now until he gets his Corsair numbers up, and actually he's getting a lot of High Templar. That was just a light DT assault, and now where he's transitioning into High Templar, these aren't going to be morphed. These do not look like they're going to be morphed into Archons, so we're not going to be able to see the normal, or not normal, but one of the +1 Zealot pushes with High Templar. But we are going to see a lot of Hydras come out for Savior, and High Templar are very, very good against Hydralisk. If Savior's storm dodging is not optimal, if it's not at the peak of his ability, we could see a lot of Hydralisks go down very, very quickly to just a couple of storms, and that can be very, very economical defense for a Protoss player. And this DT looks like it's going to get trapped by, yeah, that DT just absolutely got destroyed, surrounded and annihilated by the Zerg forces of Savior. And yeah, we're going to have to wait until Nara decides to push out here, and I think he might actually be able to get forces out of his base without going through his mineral lines. It looks very, very close to me. Not entirely possible, but we are seeing Savior close in here. Savior does know that these High Templars are here. He has had Scourge around looking through Nara's bases, so nothing should really surprise him here. He has an Overlord also with his forces, but he needs to be careful because he only has one Overlord, so if that Overlord goes down and Nara produces a couple DTs, that could completely nullify Savior's assault for quite some time. It's going to be important for Savior to protect that Overlord at all costs. And good storm going off, catching a lot of Hydralisks, doing a decent amount of damage, and also killing off some Lings. And that's going to force Savior back a little bit. And I apologize, that was very, very wrong. That gap next to that gateway is not going to have to be destroyed. Dragoons can certainly pass through there. Zerglings at the 12 o'clock position after Nara has mined out that area. Some decent storms going off, catching some of the retreating Hydralisks, able to kill some of those units. And Nara doing a good job here with his storms and able to push out across his bridges, and we might be able to see some sort of a counterattack here. We'll see how whether or not Nara decides to really push out, or if he's just trying to clear out his base area and clear out this containment. But it looks like he's just moving across to the 3 o'clock position and going to move on from there. And it looks like he's going to take his 3rd base. And this is very, very critical for a Protoss player in order to get your 3rd base up and running after you go for the Forge Fast Expand. Unfortunately for Nara, he has not done any damage to Savior in any way, shape, or form. Hasn't even really killed a single Overlord with all of these Corsairs, and I don't know where the rest of his Corsairs are, but that is just one solitary Corsair wandering around trying to get some scouting information maybe, and running into some Hydralisks and being absolutely slaughtered. And now Savior making another push at the front where there's only Zealots with his Hydralisks, and forcing his Hydralisks back, but Savior has to be careful not to get surrounded by the rest of the forces of Nara, and Savior is well aware of this and is backing off. But once again, Savior getting some good information there at the 3 o'clock position, as he is definitely able to scout out this base going up, and still has Zerglings towards the top of the base. Lurkers also out for Savior, and there is an observatory, but I haven't seen the observers yet. His army might actually be separated from his main bases now. His main army is separated from his main bases until he gets observers, or if he's got some good storms, if he has enough storms, he might be able to just storm the Lurkers out. But that is going to take a lot of storming in order to do that. That is not a easy thing to do. And Nara with his gateways rallied or something. Unfortunately, he has several of High Templars being picked off. A 3rd High Templar being picked off. A 4th High Templar might actually be picked off. 4 High Templars being picked off here. 5 High Templars being picked off. Terrible, terrible play from Nara. Absolutely getting destroyed there. I don't know if his gateways were rallied or something, but that was absolutely terrible, terrible for Nara. That is 250 minerals and 750 gas. A whole lot of storm completely lost in what in those events, that is absolutely atrocious for Nara. That puts him at a severe disadvantage now, as he doesn't have any of those Archons, doesn't have any of those Storms at all to deal with this growing Zerg army, as he is now getting a 5th base, Savior is, and now we're seeing a little bit of an assault going on here in the middle, and Nara is going to be able to take it with some good Storms, but he just does not have that many High Templar. It looks like he only has 1 High Templar left here, maybe another couple High Templar or 2s left at the 3 o'clock base. And that's why we only see 1 with the main army. But this is very unfortunate for him, going against 5-hatch Hydra with only 1 Templar out in the field right now. And he's going to have to wait a while until he has the gas in order to deal with everything. And now we're seeing a tech switch to Mutalisk, and there's only a few Dragoons and like 1 Stormer. This is not going to be enough in order to deal with all these Mutalisks. And Nara might be in huge trouble here. Nara is going to be in huge trouble as these Zerglings and Hydralisks and Mutalisks all coming in a combined mixed force here from Savior, going to be able to do so much damage here. Actually, Nara able to hold off here at the bridges because those Mutalisks actually were not there, but those Mutalisks are going to pick off 2 more High Templar. That is 7 High Templar that have been picked off without doing a single thing. This is looking so bad for Nara, and Savior coming here to the 3 o'clock position with some Hydralisks, some Zergling. His Mutalisks, unfortunately, are not there, not able to support his forces. If his Mutalisks were there, he might actually be able to do a lot more damage. And maybe even take something down, take some of the, at least the initial Zealots out, and do some more damage. But it looks like he's going to back off the Mutalisks. We're in another part of the map, towards the middle, maybe searching for another army, searching for more High Templar or something. But there's a huge force for Savior coming in. This might actually be a pseudo Sauron Zerg that we're seeing from Savior at this point. It looks like he might just be rallying all of his 7 gateways or whatever, or hatcheries to this point, just flooding it with Hydra. So many Hydralisks. Looks like so much. This is going to be so bad for Nara. There's no way Nara is going to be able to hold off without Storm. Almost all of his cannons are down. All of his cannons are down. All of his defending units are down. This entire base is going to fall. Absolutely no chance is Nara going to have to defend this base. And now Nara is going to fall. There's no way that he's going to be able to survive. Hive Tech is up. Defiler Mound is out. This is going to be so sad to see Nara the Dreamer go down. We might actually be seeing a tech switch to Guardians, and no, we're not even going to get to go that far. We're actually going to see Nara GG right there. Nara not looking particularly good in that game, losing a lot of High Templar through poorly rallied gates or poor movement, and I'm not protecting his High Templar well at all. And Savior absolutely destroys Nara here. In Holy War 5, Savior takes it down absolutely decisively, not stunningly, but decisively and emphatically. Good job by Savior to close out this 4th day of the Heritage League. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I did. Hope you enjoyed all of today's cast. This is Deja Vu, signing off.